Dara McCormack is going to be starting from pole position. He'll have to fend off Marcel Cinčić and Yuri Toman on that race down towards the first corner. It was a better start for the likes of Baldwin as we head our way down, but McCormack with a decent translation as we head down to the Rettifilio for the first time. You got one of the red line cars taking a little bit of a look down the outside. It might be Kevin Siggy trying to work his way forward from 5th position, but Dara McCormack with the whole shot into the first corner. As we head our way through, it's all looking pretty tidy from those, but it's McCormack running away from the grouping behind.
It's very clean in the mid-pack as well. Great start from our pole sitter. He's gotten away from the rest and could even pull the slipstream gap at Monza, which is so crucial, more crucial than at any other circuit. Josh Rogers embroiled within a right battle at the moment with Pajic and Luke Bennett as well, who's looking to the outside into the second chicane. That was close for second as well.
Siggy is the teammate of Luke Bennett, who is second in the championship at the moment. So Siggy is going to be desperate to fight off, to fend off, to help his teammate as best as possible.
And these two teams are going to be at it all day long. Redline and RAG have arguably the best chance here with 3 drivers each into day 2. Marcel Cinčić made it though. He's got through for now, but into Lesmo 1, he's going to be challenged again. Kevin Siggy with the inside line. The Hungarian round the outside, got a little bit deep really, and he's allowed Siggy back down the inside again. Josh Rogers is waiting for his moment to strike. It might be right now. 3 wide on the exit of the turn. Cinčić stays in front, Luke Bennett's coming as well.
This could be a disaster, it could be brilliant, we don't know yet, but there's bump drafting between the 2 red lines as they're trying to work their way past Joshua Rogers as well. Marcel Cinčić holding on to his position. You've got Kevin Siggy in behind, and somehow after all of that, they come through it in the same position they went in. I do not believe it. But the Porsche Commander is going to be able to fend off Bennett, you'd have to say, for P6.
Yeah, he's done that, you'd think, through the Curva Grande with the shorter run through there. He should be good enough to get ahead here, but the Porsche is not fantastic in a straight line. And Luke Bennett has been able to stay alongside despite the longer route around the turn. In towards the second chicane they'll go. Rogers goes around the outside through the first part. It will give him the place, although he slides on the exit of the corner.
Whoa!
So does Bennett as well. Here comes Moritz Lerner with 2 places in 1.
It's still going. There was a little bit of an aftermath from that, and I thought it was the second part of it that was going to catch everyone else. So Bennett has made his way past Rogers as we can look over the shoulder of Luke Bennett now. It's clear road ahead up towards his teammate.
And Marco Pajic, his countryman, is going to get alongside here in towards the Parabolica. He's not going to go through, but he will give it a go. As Enzo Benito's defending from Joni Tommala again. The Finn gets down the inside into 10th.
There's a couple of Tommala fans down there, of course. G2 Esports is still here, still in support of Joni Tommala. Luke Bennett has received a penalty to give up 1 position for not leaving racing room, as he's now sending it over the inside of Moritz Lerner. He's dropped back behind Joshua Rogers, and they're side by side through the exit of Ascari. How good is that?
Marco Pajic is going to be able to benefit from this as well. He could make it 3 wide in towards the Parabolica. He's looking for an avenue to go down. He can't find it on the way into the final turn. Bennett's on the outside here though.
Whoa.
He gets squeezed by Moritz Lerner. He won't be pleased about that. Tensions will be running high already. He slides through the exit as well. Here comes Marco Pajic.
This could be red mist territory. I think Bennett might be losing out here, and it's going to be important points for him. And of course, the mouse driver, Moritz Lerner, is going to give the slipstream to Pajic and try and drop the back. But it's going to go 3 wide because Joni Tommala, I mean, could he come through on all 3 of them as well? They're 3 wide on the start-finish straight. He's only going to come through on the 1 of Luke Bennett. But as they head through, once again, it's Marco Pajic and Moritz Lerner side by side coming down into the Rettifilio, and it should be advantage mouse on the exit.
It should be, and they're all stacking up massively. Tommala's driven really smartly so far in this race. He's not been so flashy. Here we go with Johan Jojoski. James Baldwin having to defend on the inside in towards turn number 1, and second place should be his, side by side on the way into the corner. Jojoski has his nose in front, he has the place as well.
Yeah, certainly so. So as we depart that first corner, once again, Baldwin's down the inside going into the Parabolica. So that is back to second position for James Baldwin.
Good pass into the final turn, but he's immediately given Johan Jojoski another chance to go through. It's side by side over the start-finish line as we go on to the final lap of this race. The Audi just a little bit stronger in terms of top speed here. He'll edge alongside. They'll be absolutely nose-to-nose pretty much on the way into the braking zone. Baldwin goes a little bit later though. Jojoski decides to tuck in.
Yeah, this is again brilliant stuff between the pair. Jojoski's getting close. They are dragging in Marcel Cinčić again.
Here comes Jojoski, with a better exit than Baldwin, who went slightly deep into that second chicane. He's down round the inside into Lesmo 1, and the Mercedes surely can't hang it round the outside through there, although maybe he can. Oh, and he has done. Fantastic defending from James Baldwin.
Dara McCormack for Williams is going to come through the final corner. He took a great lap in qualifying, and he's going to dominate the first race here on Championship Sunday. Congratulations to Dara McCormack, 25 points, and the comeback charge is on. The Irishman takes top honours, and there is a look at him. You can see he's pretty relaxed, he's pretty comfortable, job done, and now he gets to breathe.
Go. Lights come on then for the second race of the day. We are underway. On the inside it's Marcel Chintik who gets a good initial launch, but it's Dara McCormack who's going to take the lead through turn 1. Luke Bennett will tuck in behind as well. There's contact. Moritz Lerner goes off the road. He's into the wall. He'll be finishing down in last.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't suspect much will happen here, but we've got 2 and 3 wide. Oh my goodness me, that is Marco Pajic just giving a bit of a squeeze coming down there with 3 wide and all of that, and they come through. This is Kevin Siggy, but look at the 2 wide behind. Joshua Rogers trying to work his way up. The number 28 there, that is James Baldwin. He's dragging it 3 wide as he's trying to get around the outside of the Parabolica. With the inside coming down to the hairpin, he's got to be brave.
There's going to be some brave things going on down here towards the hairpin. James Baldwin on the inside line. He goes for it. He very nearly gets into the side of Rogers as well, who moves up 3 places, 4 places indeed, on this opening lap. Fantastic start from him. It's Dara McCormack though who leads. Luke Bennett is in front of Marcel Chintik, down towards the left-hander where we saw so much drama yesterday. This time it's a little bit calmer up at the front. It isn't down the back though. This is a replay of the start. We're going to see a lot go on here, particularly for the red Audi in the foreground. You can see there, it's an unlucky moment really. I don't know if he could really pin that on anyone.
I'd say, like, as watch this 3 wide, I'd say Moritz Lerner might have done that a little bit to himself, leaning a little bit on the exit of the corner. 3 wide here is the Eagle on the left hand, on the furthest away, that one being Joni Tormela. Yeah, a little bit of squeezing, a little bit of bumping between them before Baldwin sent it in, going into the hairpin. A touch of contact, but nothing too crazy.
He'll be single file this time, or will they? Josh Rogers, big dive on the brakes.
Whoa.
There's a late moment from Yayovsky as well, who makes a mistake. Kevin Siggy frustrated with himself as he goes wide. Here comes James Baldwin alongside him, as in front it's Audi versus Porsche with Yayovsky and Rogers into the left-hander. He goes one way and then the other. Rogers can't go through, but the Macedonian goes wide. Here comes Josh Rogers on the outside line through the right-hander. He should have this place with his nose in front. Josh Rogers up to 5th position after starting way down towards the back.
Yes, keep this atmosphere going. We are loving this. Joshua Rogers then working his way forward up to 5th position. Let's see if Marcel Chintik though can drag his Audi R8 past the red line BMW as he'll try and get the outside of the hairpin.
He will just about get room there on the outside. Great respect between them. And Marcel Chintik could well be into 2nd place here. Luke Bennett has to tuck in as well. Round the outside of such a tight corner is so difficult to do. Luke Bennett goes to the outside again. This is where there was so much drama involving him yesterday as well. Not able to do it again. Marcel Chintik up to 2nd place. Dara McCormack was 31 points behind Luke Bennett, and already as things stand, if the race were to end right now, they'd be on the same points. It's a dream start for the Williams Esports driver. Yuri Tomin is closing on Bennett though. He looks to the inside, tries to sell him the dummy, but Bennett can see that coming. Here comes Josh Rogers on the inside line. He can't afford to wait for any more chances. It's the final lap of the race, but he can't quite do it.
Wow, that was a bit sketchy. I don't think Rogers was actually intending on that, but look at how tight it is between Tomin. Surely he's got to try something coming into the arena section. He has a look, so does Rogers. It was more a cover off from Tomin as here comes Yayovsky around the outside. He's going to try and get past Joshua Rogers as we leave the arena section. He's got the inside line, which will give it up towards Mobile 1, but I think the outside line might just be enough for Porsche Coanda as there's screams from the fans. Let's see what Coanda can do.
Round the outside for Rogers at the Mobile 1 curve. He'll have just enough room. He slides in the Porsche. He'll have the inside for turn 12, but Yayovsky gets through. A great dive from the Macedonian. He's into the top 5. Josh Rogers not going to let him not going to let him go for the rest of the race. Meanwhile, here comes Dara McCormack through the final couple of corners. It's another race win, back to back for the Irishman. Williams Esports on top again, ahead of Marcel Chintik and Luke Bennett. What a fantastic drive from Dara McCormack. who wins yet again. No emotion on his face either. He is calm as can be.
As we're about to race down towards the first corner, we are underway at the Nürburgring. It's a poor start from Joshua Rogers, and unfortunately he's going to be swallowed a little bit by one of the team red lines, maybe even a couple. He might be dropping right the way down towards the back. The cheers haven't helped him out as it's Marcel Czinczyk. Oh my goodness, it's dramatic. It's Erhan Yovski going slightly sideways in the first corner. As Dara McCormack's trying to make it 3 wide, coming around the outside of the Mercedes Arena section. He's not going to make up too many places, but it might be 1 or 2.
Joni Toomler inside the top 5 right now as well, as he goes side by side with Moritz Lerner through the Mercedes Arena. Inside line for the German. He'll have the place as well. He'll be up to 5th. Then it'll be Toomler, or maybe he's still there, in fact, as the G2 Esports driver. Inside line at turn 5 gives him the outside for 6, and so he probably won't be able to make it all the way round there as well. The red lines fends off Josh Rogers behind.
Yeah, Joni Toomler still just about trying to make that move, trying to get up into 5th position on Moritz Lerner, who's got the inside line when they come down towards the arena section. Marco Pajic defending from Dara McCormack, but also Joshua Rogers and all that. That's a big send from Joni Toomler as he tries to get around the outside. It's not quite good enough, and Moritz Lerner is able to hang on to 5th position. And we've got side by side between Dara McCormack trying to get to the outside. Oh my goodness me, he's going to lose a couple of positions. He's tried really hard to work his way through there. Got a little bit of a squeeze from Marco Pajic, and now Kevin Siggy's coming through.
Inside line for the left-hander he will have, but not late enough on the brakes, I don't think. Pajic around the outside will have the inside for the next corner and will stay in 9th. It will be the undercut for Siggy, possibly. If he can get the run up towards the chicane, there could be some dives here because McCormack is right back with them again.
Yeah, he's looking to hoover up as many points as he can. And it all started right back here. It was a brilliant start from Baldwin, unfortunately a poor one. But look at how wide Baldwin goes. There was contact there in the background between Bennett and between Erhan Yovski as they head their way through the Mercedes Arena section. I actually thought McCormack was going to pick up a few positions here, but it was Joshua Rogers that said absolutely not to that. Let's see what happened to Joni Toomler as he's getting around the outside going through Valvoline.
He was on the outside for the hairpin at the bottom of the circuit as well, but wasn't able to go through as a result of this, just sent it in too deep, and this is why I didn't think Rogers was going to be able to do it a bit later on in the race.
He's battling with Enzo Benito, someone he's fought with time and time again. Benito looking a little stronger in this race in that number 37 as he takes the inside lines. They go through Ford and Valvoline up towards a Dunlop curve. It's Joshua Rogers trying to get to the outside, but he's going to have to send this in very hard indeed in the Porsche Coanda. He is going to try, he's going to throw it in as hard as he can. The inside line being taken by Enzo Benito, and it should be the drive off the corner from Joshua Rogers, but they're going to be side by side up towards the Michael Schumacher S.
He should have this. It's a really fast chicane, and Josh Rogers will take the place. Up to 7th he goes.
Is there going to be a move coming down into the first corner? Toomler's going to take the defensive line for the G2 Esports car, and Joshua Rogers is going to try and send it around the outside. No, he's going to kind of back out. Yuri Toman doesn't know. Look at this.
Yeah, he decides to brake late on the outside line. It goes right round the outside of Kevin Siggy. The two of them rubbing shoulders again, as they have done a fair few times so far here today. Rogers does the cutback as well. There'll be 2 dives in towards turn 3. He's on the inside in the Porsche with Joni Toomler on the outside as Yuri Toman confirms his place in 10th. You've got Rogers and Toomler continue side by side.
That's a brilliant move from Rogers. He's got to complete it here, coming down to the likes of Ford and Valvoline. No, but it's a bit of a squeeze. That was unnecessary from Rogers, but he is going to work his way back up into 6th position. There goes the Porsche Coanda contingent. The claps are ahead as Joshua Rogers gets to 6th position. But let's see if Marcel Czinczyk can do anything into the final corner and turn himself into Giga Marcel Czinczyk. At the moment, not quite enough. He's tried, but there's no hang move in the final corner. As we head through it though, James Baldwin's going to come across the line, and he's going to win again at the Nürburgring. He did yesterday, and he's going to today. James Baldwin takes victory. Marcel Czinczyk though moving himself closer and closer to finalist mode, dragging with him Luke Bennett.
Let's see, Marcel Czinczyk and James Baldwin on the front row. It's Baldwin with a good start actually on the outside line, in towards La Source. contact in the midfield with Darren McCormack and Moritz Lerner, as down towards turn one goes Marcel Cinčić, who will take the lead. He's too deep into the corner though. James Baldwin nearly gets alongside him. It's Rogers, Tormler, and just behind them.
Oh my goodness me! That's a massive one!
Huge crash between multiple drivers. McCormack's involved with Lerner, and I think Yuri Toman as well.
Yeah, that was about 7 cars involved in all of that, so we might well just have 5 for the race lead. It certainly was. Wow, wow, wow. Here comes James Baldwin, though, to the outside of Marcel Cinčić. It could be 3 wide as well, because this could be a big turning point in the championship for the likes of Joshua Rogers. Straight around the outside for James Baldwin. That was a fantastic move.
Fantastic. James Baldwin takes the lead through Lecombe for the first time. Marcel Cinčić realises his situation. He's in the top 5 right now. That's exactly where he needs to be.
Marcel Cinčić, 1 second lead for James Baldwin as they head over the crest of the hill at Radion. Joshua Rogers has now got the slipstream, has now got the overtake potential coming down to Lecombe.
It'll be neck and neck in towards the braking zone. Tormler and Benito not going to get involved. I don't think Cinčić's going to be able to hold him back. I think he may have even just lifted off slightly as well. Marcel Cinčić realises his situation right now. He knows that a top 6 is good enough to get finalist mode. There's no need to be involved in this. Well, we've seen a double race winner already here this afternoon in the second day of the ESL R1 Major in Munich, but James Baldwin is about to add his name to that list. Rogers too far away. It will be Tormler and Cinčić side by side into the final chicane as well, as James Baldwin comes out the final corner to win race 4 at Spa. It's victory for the second time in 2 races for the British driver. Mercedes have their winner once again. 4 Mercedes wins indeed, with Rogers, Tormler and Cinčić just behind. A fantastic race 4 we've seen. Marcel Cinčić though has done enough. He is the first driver and only driver so far to be in finalist mode. McCormack round the outside through the first part to give him the inside at the second. Marcel Cinčić goes back. He's going to go through.
They're side by side between the top 2, and let's see what Marcel Cinčić can do. He's to the outside of Malmedy, and the crowd goes wild. James Baldwin takes the lead.